We're here because we believe no family should have to endure the grief of losing a child. On July 7th, 2019, we lost our son to an accidental drowning when we thought he was napping. Through the One Baby at a Time Foundation, our goal is to bring to light the number of accidental drownings that occur because they are so much larger than people realize, and that it can happen to the best of parents. It can absolutely happen to anyone. And to also let people know how important it is to implement survival swim training for your child before they can walk.
If you could imagine how hard this is to take as a fire captain, almost 20 years on the job, I would have never imagined this happening to our family.
Don't hesitate to take this time to teach your child how to swim. Teaching children to swim at an early age ensures they have necessary life-saving skills when encountering water.
They are fast, they are adventurous, and they can find ways into the water when we least expect it. Because the only one that can save themselves is them.
Drowning, it's the #1 killer for children ages 1 through 4 across our country. CAL FIRE is excited to be a part of a life-saving cause that's not only going to protect children here in California, but across the nation.
The survival swimming method is the ability to float and breathe independently, regardless of the water's depth. We start lessons with children as young as 6 months, and we're teaching them these life-saving skills in as little as 4 to 6 weeks.
So my husband and I decided that it was a good idea to have 3 kids within 15 months. And we had a house full of babies before we knew it. And you know, as a family that had a pool in our backyard, I knew that we needed to prioritize water safety. And as soon as the kids were old enough, we started them in infant swim rescue swim lessons. So when the kids were about 2.5 years old and 4, we moved to a new house. As many families do, we moved into the new house and just hadn't put up the pool fence yet. And the first weekend we were living in the house, we had a couple friends over. It was in the winter time. We assigned an adult to the pool, and so that we always would have adult eyes, a set of adult eyes on the pool. And anybody who has toddlers knows how this goes. One is asking for a plate or a fork, and before you know it, the parent assigned to the pool ends up inside the house. And it just so happens that at that moment in time is when our son Ben, who was 2.5 at the time, rode his tricycle around the edge of the pool and caught the edge and fell in. We actually caught the entire thing on camera because we had a Nest camera set up in the backyard that filmed the entire thing. So Ben was in the water for somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds before we discovered that he had fallen in. And all the adults ran out to the pool the second that we saw him, and we found him floating on his back. The infant swim rescue training had worked, and Ben was prepared to survive. And he's here with us today, I would say, because of it.
We want to be a part of spreading awareness and making survival swim a standard. Responding to many infant drownings over the years has taken a toll, not only on the families, but the firefighters that respond to it. And it definitely takes a toll when it hits home, when it hits to one of our members, a firefighter. And then we realize that the messaging of infant drowning is not out there, and the dangers of a pool needs to be realized. CAL FIRE Local 2881 stands behind One Baby at a Time to get that message out, not only in the state of California, but across this country.
Thank you to both CAL FIRE and CAL FIRE Local 2881 for working hard to improve the lives and working conditions of the brave men and women of CAL FIRE and their loved ones.